The Bosu ball challenge consists of getting this tennis ball into all 4 cups in any order you want as fast as possible. The couple things we do know that will not get adjusted is the fact that your hand and your thumb have to be in this groove and your thumb cannot fall outside of this line. So if you don't want to put your thumb fully in and you want to have it here, that's fine. It just can't be closer in this direction or up higher or up lower than here. So this is the area that you have to work with and where you're going to be putting your thumb. Now what the ball means of going completely in is as you're doing this, it has to go completely in the cup so you cannot see it. If it's here, where a little bit, that's fine. As long as it passes through where you can see the white at the bottom. Normally it's going to go all the way in and then you'll be able to pull it out. If this ball goes off the Bosu ball onto the floor, you're going to retrieve the ball in any direction and then bring it back to center. It always starts at center if it gets dropped off. However, if it's in the cup, you could then redirect it to any cup you want to without needing to go back to center. The only time it goes back to center is if it falls off the Bosu ball. If you are doing this and the ball hits your arm, you can try to maneuver the tennis ball back onto the Bosu ball without it falling off. So your arm can touch as long as your thumb is in the appropriate position. Your arm and thumb and finger can touch, but it really should be thumb on the ball, everything else underneath. So no fingers should be on the Bosu ball except for your thumb. Let's talk about the setup. Also with his thumb position, he can also elect to do this as well, as long as his wrist falls into this zone. Starting position, you need to be in a plank position where your shoulder is over your elbow, is over your wrist. Your feet are behind you and you're in a full extended position from your shoulder to your ankle. Now from here, your feet don't move and nothing really moves except for you are allowed to bend your knees based on where you want this ball to go. So if he's trying to get this ball out of the 1 cup, he can come to a full extension with his knees, and if he needs to bring it back to that cup, he can bend his knees as well. And then if it goes off, he'll put it back on, and let's have him pull it down to one of the cups that are closer to his feet. So his hips can go in the air, he can bend his knees, as long as his feet are far enough away where he's in that plank position at the start. So if Tony's going, this is his setup, and he's going, the ball falls off, right, and you need to make an adjustment, right? You get the ball, bring it back into the center, and then you have to make sure that you are in that full plank position again before you begin again. Okay, the one thing we want to pay attention to also is what's happening with your hand if the ball falls off. So say the ball falls off, without paying attention, you might put your hand in a bad position. So make sure that your finger goes back in this position again, that you move your thumb. We just don't want the thumb and the hand to be at an advantage out beyond this zone. So he would have to move his hands back or move his thumb out to the side. Thumb in the slot is always going to be the way to go. You get unlimited challenges for time. Your stopwatch will be here or wherever it's going to be. You'll have someone record you. You'll start your time. You'll get in your plank position. You'll start getting the tennis ball into the cups. If it falls off, you put it back. If it falls off more than once, your time is over. Your attempt is over and you have to start again. You're allowed this ball to fall off 1 time and then you bring it back to center. If it falls off a 2nd time, you have to stop the stopwatch. If you do it successfully, you get the ball into all 4 cups. Even if it drops off once, that's a successful attempt. You start and stop your own watch. Wherever it's going to be, you start and stop your own watch and make sure you're being recorded from the entire time from an angle. So you should be recorded from here so I could tell where your hands are and where your feet are and how your upper body is in a plank position. Again, if the ball falls off twice, your attempt is done. Whatever was on the stopwatch doesn't matter. Reset it, restart. You could do this unlimited times to do it perfectly. And by perfect, it means no drops or you're allowed 1 drop. Scoring. If you have a perfect score, the ball never drops, you are in the perfect category. If you have 1 drop and you never want to redo it and you're never able to get it without any drops, you are in the 1 drop category. The people that are perfect, irregardless of time, they are always going to be ahead of the 1 drop category. Your time only matters in the category in which you place. There are 2 Bosu balls here. You could use whatever you want. One of them might have a little bit more air than the other. You could use it, doesn't really matter. Whatever you get your best score on, doesn't matter what one you use.